The police officer's face drained of color as Marcus unveiled his Navy SEAL badge. The restaurant fell silent. Moments ago, these same cops had their weapons drawn, threatening his children. Now the tables had turned, and the real battle for justice was only beginning. But what happened next shocked the entire city. Before we dive deeper into this unbelievable story of courage and accountability, tell me, where are you watching from? And make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more powerful real-life stories of resilience and justice. The evening had started with such promise. Marcus Washington, 42 years old, a newly promoted Navy SEAL commander, had made dinner reservations at Hartwell's, one of Charleston's most prestigious restaurants. After 17 years of service and 6 combat deployments, he wanted one peaceful evening with his wife and kids. His wife, Dr. Liliana Washington, chief of pediatric surgery, looked radiant in a simple black gown. Their daughter, Zoe, 16, and son, Jaden, 12, were excited to celebrate their father's achievement. But the moment they walked in, something felt off. The hostess glanced at them, her fake smile freezing for a second. "Reservation for Washington," Marcus said. She tapped her screen, frowned, and said, "I'm sorry, but I don't see your name here." Marcus showed her the email confirmation, but she barely looked. "That table's reserved for special guests," she said. Moments later, a white couple walked in behind them. "Mr. and Mrs. Carmichael, right this way." She smiled brightly, escorting them to a prime table near the window. Marcus took a deep breath, SEAL training kicking in. "May I speak with the manager?" he asked calmly. After a tense exchange, the manager reluctantly led them to a cramped table near the kitchen. Marcus noticed 7 empty tables in better spots. He squeezed Liliana's hand, silently saying, "Not tonight. Let's just eat." But the humiliation didn't stop there. 20 minutes passed. No one took their order. When the server finally arrived, Jaden nervously reached for his water glass and spilled it. Before Marcus could comfort him, a man at the next table said loudly, "Some people just don't know how to behave in nice establishments." The room chuckled. Marcus clenched his jaw. He'd faced gunfire overseas, but this, watching his children face hate, that was harder. Then, the restaurant door opened. 3 police officers walked in, and Marcus knew something was about to go terribly wrong. The lead officer, Brendan Reynolds, was known in Charleston's black community for all the wrong reasons. He approached their table with cold eyes. "We received complaints about disturbances at this table." Marcus kept his hands flat on the table, calm, controlled. "Officer, we've been sitting here quietly. My son spilled water. That's all." The officer smirked. "According to management, you've been causing problems since you arrived. You might be trespassing." Marcus's daughter, Zoe, started recording on her phone. The officer snapped, "Put that away, miss." Marcus said firmly, "She has every legal right to record this interaction." The tension spiked. One officer rested her hand on her weapon. Another moved closer to Liliana. Marcus stood, his voice steady. "You are threatening my family. I demand to know what law we've broken." Reynolds sneered. "You're interfering with police business. Don't make this harder." The room was silent. Diners watched. Cameras rolled. Then, Reynolds reached for his handcuffs. Marcus took a deep breath. "That's enough." Slowly, he reached into his jacket. "Keep your hands where we can see them," an officer shouted. Marcus spoke clearly. "I'm reaching for my military identification." He pulled out a leather wallet, opening it to reveal his Navy SEAL badge and identification. "I'm Commander Marcus Washington, United States Navy SEAL-6 deployments, 17 years of service. While you're harassing my family over a spilled glass of water." Gasps rippled through the restaurant. Phones caught every second. Reynolds' face turned pale. The waitress froze. The manager stammered. Marcus's wife stepped forward. "And I'm Dr. Liliana Washington, chief of pediatric surgery at Charleston Memorial. You've made a terrible mistake." Someone whispered from another table. "They're harassing a Navy SEAL and a surgeon." Reynolds tried to recover. "Military IDs can be fake." Marcus stared him down. "Then call your captain." Moments later, the restaurant door opened, and in walked Captain Diana Chen. Professional, calm, and visibly furious at what she saw. She separated the officers and said, "What exactly is happening here?" Marcus told her everything: the discrimination, the false complaint, the threats. The diners corroborated it. Videos were shown. By the end of the night, the restaurant manager was under investigation, and Officer Reynolds faced suspension. But for Marcus and his family, the story was only beginning. If you believe justice should be equal for everyone, hit that like button and comment "Justice for All." Within 48 hours, the video hit the internet, millions of views. Headlines read, Navy SEAL family harassed at Charleston restaurant. Marcus became a symbol of calm strength, but fame came with a cost. He started receiving anonymous threats. A black car parked outside his home night after night. His friend and journalist, Olivia Evans, urged him to stay strong. "People are listening now," she said. "Don't let fear silence you." Weeks later, she called him with news. "Marcus, you've been invited to speak at the Equality Gala." He smiled faintly. "I'm just a soldier." "No," Olivia said. "You're a voice now." Then, that night, he heard a noise outside. The same black car. He went downstairs, ready for anything. A man stepped out. "Marcus Carter." "Who's asking?" The man held up a badge. "Detective Ray Holland, NYPD. We need to talk. It's about Daniel Whitmore." Daniel, the restaurant manager who had discriminated against Marcus, had gone missing. Detectives suspected foul play, and Marcus was the prime suspect. "His phone last pinged near your building," Holland said. Marcus was stunned. "You think I did something to him?" Olivia protested. "He's done nothing wrong." Holland sighed. "Then help us find out who did." Days later, Marcus received a strange message. "You shouldn't have gone public." He tried to stop it. Now it's too late. Attached, a photo of Daniel, bruised and unconscious. Marcus whispered, "Someone's setting me up," and he was right. Detectives later found Daniel's car with Marcus's restaurant name tag inside, but Marcus had lost it weeks earlier. Someone wanted revenge. Then, Olivia's phone buzzed, an anonymous video file. Security footage showed Daniel arguing with someone in the parking lot, not Marcus, the restaurant owner. Marcus recognized the tattoo on the man's wrist. "It's him," Marcus said quietly, "the one who fired me." They took the footage straight to Detective Holland. He watched silently, then nodded. "This changes everything." Turns out, Daniel had confronted the owner that night and was attacked. He survived, but went into hiding out of fear. When he was found alive, Daniel finally spoke. Marcus entered the hospital room where Daniel lay recovering. Daniel looked up weakly. "You saved me, man." Marcus frowned. "You tried to destroy me." Daniel nodded. "Yeah, I was wrong. I let my hate blind me. But when I saw how come you stayed, it changed something in me." Marcus was silent. Daniel whispered, "You don't owe me forgiveness, but thank you for showing me what real strength looks like." Marcus finally said, "Then do better. That's all the forgiveness you'll get." Weeks later, Marcus stood in front of his own restaurant. The sign above read, "Grace and Grit Cafe." Reporters gathered outside. Marcus smiled and said, "This place isn't about revenge. It's about second chances." Olivia stood beside him, proud, smiling. As the doors opened, Marcus whispered, "You know, all this started with one spilled glass of water." Olivia laughed, and it ended with something worth so much more. The camera faded as they stepped inside, hand in hand, ready for a new chapter. Moral of the story: sometimes pain becomes purpose, sometimes injustice becomes inspiration, and sometimes one act of courage changes everything. If you believe in standing up against discrimination, hit like. Comment "Justice wins" if you're proud of Marcus's strength. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful real-life stories that will move your heart.